Good evening. I'm Chief of Patrol Philip Rivera. I'm joined by Assistant Chief Benjamin Gurley, Commanding Officer, Patrol Bureau Bronx, and Deputy Chief Rohan Griffith, Commanding Officer of 4th Investigations Division. Chief Griffith will now walk us through the sequence of events of an officer-involved shooting as we know them.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'm Deputy Chief Rohan Griffith, Commanding Officer of the NYPD 4th Investigation Division. I'm here today to discuss and provide an update regarding an officer-involved shooting that occurred earlier this evening in the South Bronx. The information that I'm about to provide is preliminary and subject to change. At approximately 5:40 p.m., a 911 call was placed reporting that a male was attempting to steal the air conditioner at 335 East 148th Street. Uniformed patrol officers assigned to the 40th Precinct responded to the location and proceeded to the second floor to look for the 911 caller. Not finding the 911 caller's apartment on the second floor, our officers will then walk down the staircase to return to the first floor. As the officers are approaching the first floor landing, a 32-year-old male was coming up the staircase from a side entrance with a kitchen knife in his right hand. He quickly approached the officers. One officer gave the male verbal commands telling him to wait, and also telling him to drop it, while also putting her hand up to motion for him to stop. The male continued to swiftly approach the officers, still with the knife in his right hand. One officer discharged her firearm, striking the male in the torso. The other officer did not discharge her weapon. The male was taken into custody and a knife was recovered from the scene. Our officers then performed life-saving measures to the male. He was taken to Lincoln Hospital by EMS, and he is currently in stable condition. Our officers were also taken to an area hospital for evaluation. Now, while we are early in the stages of this investigation, at this time we believe that the male with the knife was actually the 911 caller. After calling 911, the male exited the building and confronted a male that was in the side courtyard of that building. The 911 caller then re-entered, started to run up the stairs right at the officers with a knife in his right hand. This situation was extremely fast-moving, lasting only a few seconds, in an extremely tight stairwell. This incident is depicted on both officers' body-worn camera, and the building is equipped with security cameras, which show the confrontation between the 911 caller and the male in that side yard. This incident is being investigated by our 4th Investigation Division, and I will now take some questions.
All right, folks, we have time for a few questions. Anyone have questions?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to start right here on ABC 7, Ruth Lucian.
Can you tell us if you think there were language issues with the man?
That's something that's going to be part of the investigation. We do know that the 911 caller, when he called 911, he spoke Spanish. An interpreter was used for the call. We have to ascertain if the officers themselves understood what he was saying, and vice versa.
He also did put his hand, the officer did put her hand out and extended her hand and told him to wait.
Okay, we're going to go to Chris 11.
What happened to the person he had called, this man who was shot, he had called about the air conditioning. Was it in his apartment or he had left his apartment? Where was his apartment? Where was the air conditioner? Why was he coming up the stairs?
That's also going to be part of the investigation, but we do believe that it was his air conditioning unit that he was calling about, and he went into the alleyway, presumably to investigate himself as to what's going on.
To find the person that he thought might have been trying to steal his air conditioner?
Quite possibly, but that's part of the investigation.
Okay, we're going to CBS and the Dollar.
And the man who was trying to get the air conditioner, where is he?
He's currently unidentified, and we're going to be looking to identify who he is.
Okay, so does the man who was trying to steal the air conditioner and the suspect with the knife, do they know each other?
We can't answer that.
And we're going to go to Kendall Green. Talks about that.
Can you confirm the claims that the air conditioner won't be stolen were true? Was that just something to get officers into the building?
We can confirm that there's a male in the alleyway, where the air conditioning unit is, and any other aspect of that we're going to have to take a deep dive into, as this is very early in the investigation.
All right, folks, thank you very much. Thank you for your
Can we
time.
see the knife again, sir?
Yeah,
We're
can you
going
hold
to
it?
clear up.
Ready?
Can you put it in front of in front of the stand?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be posted on NYPD News right
Can
now.
you get it?
Okay, how long a blade would you say that is?
It's all part of the investigation.
It's just standard butcher knife. It's a butcher knife. All right.
Can you just hold it?
So just hold it.
Yep.
still.
Okay. Got it.
We can all get it.
Got it.
The future is a hand model.
Yep. No problem. All right. All right.
Yeah, I'll come around.